After suffering from a public relations nightmare when iPod users complained en masse about the relatively short life of their lithium-ion batteries, Apple improved the battery life of its hard disk-based players, up to 20 hours on one charge for some models. Still, several tricks will let you extend the life of your iPod battery, both for daily use and for the long haul. Note that while some of the following tips will work on the iPod Nano and Shuffle, which use flash memory, they're intended specifically for hard disk iPod models. Because much of the power consumed by hard disk iPods, not the Nano or Shuffle, spins the disk, press pause when you leave the player unattended. Left playing in default mode, the iPod will run until the battery is drained. You can think you've turned off the iPod when you've actually entered standby mode. When you press on the pause play button on the click dial until the screen goes dark, the iPod goes into a paused standby mode which still uses power. If you press any button, it will immediately turn back on again. When you put your iPod into standby mode, you should flip the hold switch on the top to make sure you don't accidentally turn it back on and drain battery power when it's in your pocket or backpack. After being in standby mode for up to 24 hours, depending on the iPod model, your device will eventually enter full sleep, which still uses a minuscule amount of battery power. You can tell that your iPod has been in full sleep mode because it'll display the Apple logo when it starts back up again. Either way, it's wise to recharge your iPod every 14 to 28 days at the very least, since the battery will be running down bit by bit, even in full sleep mode. The backlighting on portable devices eats up battery power faster than a piranha gobbles up a goldfish. To do without the backlight, choose Settings, Backlight Timer, Off. Turning off the iPod's sound equalizer will also preserve battery life. It takes processing power to transform a Madonna dance track into an acoustic tone poem. To disable the equalizer, select Settings, EQ, Off. Rewinding or fast-forwarding uses extra energy, but so does changing tracks via the previous Next buttons, as the hard drive turns on to find and open the songs. Similarly, using the device's shuffle or random modes, which require frequent access to the hard disk, will put a bigger dent in your player's battery life. The iPod sends tracks to its memory cache so it can seamlessly play them while powering down the hard drive. That's great for tracks that are 7 megabytes or smaller, the average length of a single, but podcasts, audiobooks, and other long files need sustained hard disk access, which can run down your battery. An alternative is to use a lower sound fidelity compression method for these tracks. Compressing files as AACs or MP3s at 128 kilobits per second means that the cache can hold 25 minutes of data at this level. And keep in mind that spoken content can be compressed much more heavily than music, so don't hesitate to use lower bit rates for these tracks.